Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Nellie, and I am an indie author of 7 books. And I just realized I had never filmed an intro to this video, so we're just filming it now. It's 9 p.m. and I just finished watching Harry and Meghan. And honestly, it was really cute. I went into it, I started yesterday, did the first 3 episodes yesterday, next 3 today. Pretty much did nothing else all day today. I've had like a genuine rest day where like I genuinely did nothing. But before going into it, because it came out like a week ago or something, so it's been out for a while. Before going into it, I was honestly kind of annoyed at the fact that they had another thing coming out talking about what happened and their situation. Because I was like, oh, like 100% what they went through was like awful and it was abuse. But I was like, okay, you're milking it now, like you're talking too much. But then I went into watching it and I was like, they're actually not milking it. Like realistically, obviously they talk about what happened, but they talk about it in terms of them being in a relationship. And it was literally basically just like their story of like how they fell in love, and talking about what happened was more them talking about like their love taking them out of it. So it was more like, we left the family because I want to protect my wife and all of that. So it was like so centered around their relationship and their love for each other. It was just so, oh my god, I like, obviously there were parts that just like it sucked because I don't care how much money you're trying to give me. I cannot imagine living that, like the abuse they got from the paparazzi. But um I don't know, I just really, it was just so like sweet, and it gave like this other viewpoint of like all the pictures and clips they shared of just like their regular lives. And I was like, Megan, understandable, like she's from LA, she's from close to where I'm from. But like Prince Harry, he's a prince. And so especially they talk about it at one point, and she talks about it mostly, of like everybody else is pretty much formal on the outside, but also formal on the inside. Harry's not like that. And I think even though I knew that even though I guessed that they were probably not formal on the inside, I assumed there was some type of formality, but like the way Harry is in all these videos and stuff, it just seems so like regular and so like natural and like just a regular guy. And a lot of the clips are like them doing regular people stuff of like baking for Archie's first birthday and stuff. Like it was just so cute. And honestly, while I was watching it, because they have like people speaking, so it's like the two of them, and they have people on their team speaking, they have like her mom, they have friends, and obviously there were people that they lost throughout this entire thing in these years of making. But some of those friends, her girlfriends especially, I was like, wow, I can't imagine having friends that close to me, because I haven't like really had a really close friendship in so long. But then at the same time, she only has her mom as family, and then kind of her niece. I have a lot more than that because I have my mom, my maternal grandmother, my 3 siblings, so that already makes it 5, my cousin, my sister-in-law, they're not married, but like my nephew. So that's already at 8. And these are like the closest people to me that I know if something were to happen, obviously I would never get to like Meghan Harry level, but like if something were to happen, I know they wouldn't sell me out kind of thing. Other family, I don't know. But at least these people. So I don't really have like friends that I could rely on like that. But I don't know. It was just such a cute love story. And like it felt like such a genuine love story in the way Harry talked about you know, my wife, and a lot of the comparisons he made of Diana and Meghan, which I already knew. Like, I think most people have already picked up on the comparisons. Uh, but like the comparisons he was talking about, and also while I was watching it, I was like, wow, whoever like edited this together, beautiful job. Beautiful. The entire time I was watching it too, I was like, ah, wow, because you will have to know the storyline you're gonna tell before sitting down for those interviews, as like the producers and directors and stuff, because you have to have your questions ready in the timeline for each person, because they sit there one time, they answer all these questions. So I was just like, wow, the amount of strategic planning needed in order to make a docuseries like this, and not just Harry and Meghan, like any type of docuseries, but I was just thinking about it while I was watching this. Um, but yeah, it was so cute. One, she talks about it like one of the first episodes. A poem she wrote when she was 11 years old. I was like, damn, she was smart. I can't. To be fair, I've never been good at poems, but I could not imagine writing a poem like that. It was like the divorced parents one, and then how they ended the entire series on her wedding day speech was so cute. That one, I feel like I'm more likely to be able to write something like that, because that wasn't a poem. That was like just her saying something, and I feel like that's more my style. But I don't know, it just felt so like genuine and real, and like nothing like what I was expecting, because I was expecting more like almost like crying out for pity, but it was nothing like that. And I don't know, I haven't done anything else today or yesterday really at all. Like I did a little bit more yesterday, but like I haven't really done anything these past couple days. And it is Vlogmas Day 17. Will we have a video? Probably not, but I don't know. I wanted to talk about it because it was just cute. And I'm not talking about like the political stance of the royal family and all of the other things they all stand for. I'm just talking about a boy and a girl who fell in love and who just wanted that family and to protect each other. And that, especially as a writer, as like a romance author, is essentially what we write for. We write for a boy and a girl meet, and they do everything to be together, and they fight for each other no matter what. And I think that's also why I liked it even more, because it wasn't like a lot of people have picked up on parts of the story that related back to the royal family, because I mean, I think that's what most people's interests are. But for me, the interest is their relationship and like how it started to where it went to where it's at, and how they could finally have peace. And it's just so like, as a romance author, I think there was actually this clip the other day on Instagram. I don't know what movie it's from, but it's Scarlett Johansson and some little boy, and they're talking about love, and Scarlett Johansson's character is like talking about like, and she's an adult, the boy's maybe like 10 years old or whatever, and he's like, it's like, love isn't real, like why would I want to feel that, blah blah blah. And she's talking about like, oh no, it's amazing, there's like butterflies, and he's like, yuck, right? As an author, I'm Scarlett Johansson to a T. As a person, as just Nelly, I'm the little boy. I'm like, yuck. I cannot imagine, especially being someone who hasn't liked someone in like 10 years. I can't imagine like what being in love is like. And it's so hard too, because I feel like I don't see it. Because there are like some people where like you could just see it. They'll see that they're in love. And there's always just been something about Harry and Meghan where just the way they look at each other. And I think also because I'm more of a physical and romantic. Romantically, I'm more of a physical person. So the fact that they're always touching, or like, not sexually, but like just like holding hands or like on the lap or whatever. I don't know, it's just something about it, and about the way they were telling their story, about the way they wanted to protect each other the entire time, that I feel like resonated more with the writer part of me, and was like, yeah, you see it's real. I mean, I knew it was real, which is why I would never settle. Like, I've talked about this with my family endlessly, because they're always talking to me about my relationship status and my lack of relationship status. And my point is, like, I would never settle because, like, I would want someone to treat me the way I deserve to be treated, and, like, to love me and for me to love them. And coming from a family of, like, bunch of people where you don't really see that love. Like, they're married. I mean, a lot of my family's divorced too, but I never really saw that, like, shine in the eye that I talk about in all of my books. Like, in all of my books, there's always, like, the guy and the girl will look at each other and there's just, like, this glimmer in their eyes. There's this shine. Just the way they look at the person is like, it's like that cheeky little just glimmer that, like, shows how in love they are. And you can see it in Harry and Meghan when they're sitting next to each other during the interview part, when they just, like, turn to look at each other, and, like, it's just that being in love part where you're looking at the person, you just, like, you can't help but smile, and then there's that glimmer in their eyes. So they're like, yeah, this is my person. And, like, I know that feeling exists, and I believe it exists, which is why I would never settle. And so I, like, write about it, and, like, all my characters are, like, hopelessly in love with each other, the way Harry and Meghan are, and would, like, do anything to protect each other the way Harry and Meghan did. But, like, backtracking back to just being regular old Nellie and never having experienced anything like that, it's, I don't know, I feel like I just really liked seeing it, and it was just really cute. And this is a really long clip to say that's all I've done. So ignore the stain because I was just doing dishes and the mess in my room. But I just wanted to show these biker shorts I've had for, like, years. And they used to, like, right around there that you could see, my thighs used to be so much. I'm also eating granola bar, excuse that. Around my thighs, my thighs used to be so much thicker that, like, here it would, like, cinch in and the fat would kind of come out. It's, like, a little tiny bit still doing that now. But I put these on today just to, like, wear something that wasn't pajama pants. And I was like, oh my god, they're not doing it, and they fit so much nicer. So it's just nice to see that the gym is working.